Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we're trying the Port Ruighe from Talisker. And I've actually been to Port Ruighe now.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's the town on Skye, I would say. There's down in the south, there's a bit of I think one supermarket and a bit of a town there, but in the city center you have restaurants, you have a little gin workshop thingy going on.
City, I think, is too much. It's a
it's
village.
a town, it's a village, but you have an outdoor shop, you have different shops, you can shop there. It's a touristic it's a touristic town and also a little bit of a fishing town, what you can see.
I had been to Port Ruighe as well, and I entered the town via a Zodiac. We had our cruise ship outside and went by Zodiacs into town and as visit, and then we took a cab and drove to the Talisker Distillery on the other side of the island. And Talisker as a intense, spicy, medium smoky distillery has brought out this Port Ruighe single malt, which is matured or finished in port wine casks to honor the trading post of Port Ruighe from the past, where the ships with the port wine reached the island from Portugal. So, and this is the story behind the Port Ruighe. And it came out on the market quite late. So I don't think that it's older than 10 years or 15 years on the market. It's not that old. It's an extension to the original 10-year-old. It does not carry an age statement and is priced in the 40s up to 50. It's 45.8 ABV. And I don't think that we have to talk more about Talisker. People know about Talisker. This is a very, very famous distillery. And
unfortunately, Talisker is like my blind spot. Haven't
been there?
I've been
And
there,
you tried.
I didn't get into it. So, that's like one of my blind spots. There are a few distilleries, like a few in Dufftown and one on Island that I'm gonna close, and then I would have like all the important, but not Talisker, which is important.
I've been there in the old visitor center and got a tour there for just 4 of us coming from the cruise ship, and it was one of the most expensive visits there because we had to pay the cab.
So Port Ruighe to
£60 something.
Yeah. Port Ruighe, you have to go all the way down past the big something inn that has really good burgers, and then you have to drive all the way down to Talisker on the Atlantic side. Port Ruighe is on the mainland side.
Yeah. So this is a. Yeah. he has knobs on to be active.
I got the foot switch back.
And it's clicking. So this is a smoky one, and this is intense bonfire. There's some darker fruits in it coming from the port wine casks. Plums, a little bit of toffee, caramel. But this smoke is everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, typical Talisker. Nice, spicy, smoky, but somehow also dried, fruity touch to it. Yeah, I think that's the port wine. So the port wine, I would say, that's a sweet port wine. Or medium port wine, but I think more of a sweet port wine.
Do they tell which?
So this Talisker Port Ruighe is available for customers in the Netherlands for, I don't know, around 40 to 45 euros. I'm not quite sure. I only know the German prices, and they have different taxes. And people really love that whiskey. We don't give like stars because we want to be impartial, because other story. But people actually voted it with 4.2 stars with out of 400 reviews. So that is, people honor it really well. given, that's mostly German people voting.
And those 400 votes shows how often it's bought.
Yeah,
often
it's
consumed,
it's popular.
It's popular. Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers.
Definitely a Talisker with the chili catch in it. Today it's chili, it's not pepper. The chili catch in it. And as you said, dried fruitiness in the back. And then there's a faint cocoa aroma. And smokiness covering my mouth. Yeah, massive. Yeah, should be the last one you have in a day. Yeah.
Intensity, and yes, today it's chili. Today it's definitely, or maybe when you swallow it, you could argue that it's pepper.
Yeah.
But when you have it in your mouth, it's just a bit of attacking and intensity, smokiness. It's really one of the more of the wild whiskeys. Yeah, it has a wild touch to it. You really don't like. This is not a whiskey you enjoy on your side. This is a whiskey that needs attention.
Yeah, and the port wine cask dims it a little bit. So it's not too aggressive like the 10-year-old. But probably the 10-year-old has some years more and shows a little bit of gentleness. And this one, I think, is probably 6 to 8 years old and more intense than the 10-year.
I do love the combination of, I always said sherry, but of a sweet fortified wine like this port wine combined with the smokiness. I think even the port wine is just phenomenal in there. It's just a very, very nice combination for the smoky and that also spicy touch to it.
Yeah, very good.
Awesome. Yeah. As I said, for all the customers in the Netherlands, this is available at Whisky.com. And yeah, thank you very much for watching and see you next time.